One percenters, welcome back to 1424 basketball training, where the goal is to take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. For those that are new, welcome. I'm Coach Tommy. I'm a former psychologist, now a performance enhancement specialist and basketball coach. On this channel, I simplify life and basketball into three buckets: mind, body, and craft. In today's teaching tape, we got the Blazers and the Clippers. So let's see what we can do to improve our minds today. The reason I chose the Blazers and the Clippers is because when I opened up the page, I saw Boogie Cousins. So let's see what's going on with Boogie. I didn't even know the Clippers signed him. That tells you guys how much I follow the NBA and what's going on. Life is just so busy. You got to figure out what you can pay attention to, what you can't. A lot of the news, ESPN, the rumor stuff, I don't hear it. Also, guys, I'm not using AirPods today, so let me know if this sounds better. I'm using a mic. I don't know if you can hear the sound of the speakers coming out of the thing here. So hopefully this sounds better, because my AirPods are giving me trouble all the time. CJ, Dame, Boogie Cousins, Kawhi Leonard, is he playing? Paul George, it looks like he's playing. It's sad that every game I gotta see who's playing. The best ability in basketball, availability. So this year, a lot of people are getting injured, people in and out. So if you're on the bottom of the bench for any team, you're going to get a chance. So better make sure when you get your chance, you're ready. What do we always talk about? Off ball versus on ball. Looks like a double screen, dribble handoff into a double screen. Paul George looks like he could just turn this corner, hit this little jump shot. If they both go to him, you guys know I like picking on Cantor. Zubac should be rolling for a dunk. If not, you'll have Marcus Morris, one of the Morris brothers, wide open. So a good little look away to Morris there, gives it a Zubac. I mean, that's going to be all day with Enes Kanter. Same exact play. Both teams running the exact same offense or same set, right? Swing it over here, rotate the ball. So now you get the same double screen for Powell instead of Paul George. He turns the corner. Zubac drops down this time. So I tell my guys, whatever the defense chooses, they're wrong. So this time they allow Norman Powell to turn the corner on the Clippers on the other set. They double team Paul George to get the ball out of his hands. This time they take away the roller. And so Powell goes in for the layup. The game is the same, guys. If you haven't figured this out, the game is the same. Players are different, abilities are different, but the game is the exact same thing. Figure out what you're good at, what you're bad at, and figure out where to go from there. Jordan logo on the floor here. What's up with that? Unguardable spot, unguardable shot, right? Always going out to the side. I always tell you guys there's certain spots on the floor that you can always go out and get away, right? You're not going to get double teams jumping out from the baseline side. You're not going to get guys coming at you from out of bounds in. So if you're dribbling around, you can always fade this way. Kawhi Leonard, game winner. Kobe, fade away. Jordan, fade away all the time. Damian Lillard, game winner, and Paul George's face this way, right? Jimmy Butler's done it. Kyrie Irving's done it. Happens all the time. All the time. Simple little flare screen there. Where's Kawhi Leonard, man? I mean, this is tough one-on-one stuff. It's just bigger, stronger, a little bit taller, fading away. Cantor. Just bully himself in there for a little hook. Where's Damian Lillard? Where's Dame Time? He's injured too. Here's something very subtle. Players don't understand until they play at a higher level. Okay, once you get a certain amount of speed, okay, they're closing out to you. You got to be able to go 2 dribble pull up. Okay, land, all right, 2 dribbles. Okay, so the fourth step is a hop, so it's a 1 hop. Okay, and then since most of the defender's momentum will be going this way, if you're not super athletic, you have to learn how to do a small little controlled fade. A lot of coaches are going to be yelling, go straight up and down. Yeah, that'll get you to like beginner level. So learning how to do a controlled fade, leaning back, a controlled fade to the left, a controlled fade to the right. Better learn it, or else you're gonna be getting your shit tossed all over a court all the time. Even that like that, right? So behind the back speed stop, boom, replace your feet. Looks like he's going up, straight up. In the moment, you know you got enough space, and then you see how much the defense recovers. So if you go straight up, your ball will get blocked, right? You just need to lean just a little bit. I mean, it's not dramatic. If you did better work on the floor, you wouldn't need to lean back. So if you're not doing your work before you get the shot off, you got to do it once you're in the air. So it depends on when you're finding your space, right? You just need enough space to shoot. A little hesitation in and out. CJ's nice, man. CJ, Kyrie Irving, shiftiest players in the league. Is that Rondo? Rondo's one of the smartest players in the league. Paul George is super shifty too, just like that. I mean, that's a lot of dribbling. I don't like breaking down individual stuff too much, but sometimes it's so nice you got to. 2 dribbles behind the back. Okay, turn the corner, jumper's not there. 2 dribble pull up, jumper's not there. Behind the back, keep the dribble alive, look up. Okay, resetting your feet, jumper's not there. Okay, between the legs, go through to the right. That's not there. So then we cross over, attack the angles, slip and fall, good balance. Putting your hand on the floor, turning the angle's not there. Okay, defender cuts you off again, spin back. So a lot of opportunities to shoot in there. Great defense. Great offense beats great defense. A lot easier to just catch and shoot, right? Run down in transition, get to your spot, a little confusion. Who's guarding Carmelo? It's a lot easier to score that way than what Paul George just did. There's that back door. I mean, you could see that setting up, or at least I could. Get a little triangle here. It looks like Batum's looking this way, so they're trying to run a Iverson for Paul George. Okay, so that's what they're thinking on this side. He's taking it away, so he's not even letting him run. Okay, and then you got I don't know, Reggie Bullock or Rondo looks like. So now he's on the top side. So obviously he's seen enough of Paul George coming out on this Iverson screen. Right, he's seen enough of Paul George coming out here, shooting a 3 and then ripping and going baseline or whatever he's been doing. So now defender is choosing to guard the top side. So he's not going to get this pass from Batum over here. So Paul George just turns it into that. I mean, so now he's on the wrong side, right? So now he's on the wrong side. Now that screen is easier to happen. And if you know what you're looking for, if you know how to understand the game, you see these things happening quicker. So did you guys see it developing the whole time? I did. Boogie. Boogie's just a really big 3-point shooter nowadays. I mean, this is just tween. So you're just lulling your defender to sleep, quick crossover, and then 1 dribble, same foot stop, cross, 1 dribble, pound. Okay, foot stop, same foot stop, replace your feet, land on 2. Training 101. Ooh, that's a dunk champion right there. He can shoot threes. So with Damian Lillard. Oh, left-handed floater. That is tough. CJ, I need to see a one-on-one competition in the NBA for like $1 million to the winner or something like that. That would be awesome. CJ, Kevin Porter Jr., Kyrie Irving, Paul George, James Harden. Oh, I would pay to watch that. Luca would probably be pretty good. Jason Tatum. I'm making a list. Oh my God, get that weak shit out of here. You got to extend. Who is that? That's a great block. Oh my God. What a block. He did extend. I take it back. He did everything he could. Luke Kennard. I have his shirt jersey from when he was on the Pistons. I like supporting the people that don't get love. I mean, he's coming into his own here in the Clippers. One of the best shooters in the league. This is Carmelo Anthony getting into trouble. So you got to learn how to bail out your teammates. So get into the open spots, right? So they're doubling him on the catch because he's probably cooking these dudes. These two are in, what are they doing? They're being guarded by nobody, right? So number two realizes it. So you got to get to the open spot. So get to this other side, to the short corner, to the low block, run all the way to the corner over there. You can come to the nail from here. You can come to the mid post, right? You got to give Carmelo Anthony some passing lanes. You got to give him something to pass it to. Right now, he only has one person, but it's being taken away by this double team. Okay, so good recognition by number two. Okay, he's looking for help, panics a little bit, and that's not a great pass. You see Norman Powell pointing, like how is this guy gonna recognize that? Right? So how is he gonna recognize this? Right? So Norman Powell, instead of he could come here and then this guy could drop down. And then obviously what can Carmelo do? He can run. So Portland, you got to recognize this thing faster. He gets around now he finds him. He's not even ready for that. So it could be a lot sharper. Nice little catch and shoot. Luke Kennard. One-legged. Oh, beautiful. I mean, so here, Paul George can easily go step right in between his legs, which is his. So he can do pound one dribble, bump, right, left, and then shoot up over him. Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant, all that stuff. Or I talk about the gun Dorito banana a lot. Okay, he just gets his arm off here. This is a Dorito, right? Externally rotated both feet. Okay, so he's just going to evade to a spot. This is not a good position to be in. He just evades to a higher spot and elevates. So this is a really tough one-on-one move. All right, control fade, square up in the air. Great offense beats great defense. I mean, those are tough shots. CJ. Morris with a little bully ball. There's no real team stuff happening other than the first two plays, like real sets or multiple movements. Taking on 1-on-3. This is terrible. Clipper defense transition. You got three guys back. You just got Cantor back there. Paul George has a little late in recognition there. Great job by Norman Powell. Woo! So this is what I talk about. The game turned more and more into football and soccer than basketball. So all you guys that are working on a ton of dribbling, you're wasting a ton of time. Okay, I just worked on this with some of my girl players because girls, they actually don't dribble as much. So this off the ball movement, it's a lot easier. Go full speed. Can you stop and then reverse your feet? Okay, so if he's worried about this dribble handoff, he's worried about a pick and roll. He's worried about Norman Powell just turning the corner. So he pumps the brakes, right? Gives him a little love tap there. Resets his feet. One hop. Beautiful. Paul George just gives up. You see, he just knows that there's no chance to recover. Gets spun around. Okay, so imagine spinning somebody around when you're dribbling. Very, very hard to do. It's a lot easier to spin somebody around when you're running free. Okay, so he realizes here, I mean, he's too far away, so can't even contest. Stop over dribbling, y'all. You know, I like the dribbling. I can teach you the dribbling. But a lot of you guys want to be Kyrie Irving. Not a lot of you are going to be as good as Kyrie Irving. Zubac. Reggie Jackson. Sipping on some bulletproof coffee here, some MCT oil in my black coffee mixed with a little protein. Anybody out there drink bulletproof coffee? I don't put butter in mine. That's weird. Oh my God, good block. He got hit in the face. That looked like it was about to be a real pretty layup. Good recovery. Who was that? Is that DJ? DJ, one of the best one-legged jumpers. If you guys haven't already checked out the one-legged transformation series, go check it out, man. It's different than everything you've ever seen. I guarantee you that. So if you're looking to jump higher off of one leg, there's not a whole bunch of exercises in there. It's not going to kill your legs. You're not going to do 1,000 lunges and 10,000 squats. A lot of technique, a lot of thoughts, and teach you how to think about jumping off of one leg differently. I guarantee it'll change your life or your money back. It's actually free because I know it's so good and you guys need it. You need the help so badly. There's 6 types of jumps that you need for basketball. Do you guys know? Pop quiz. 6 types of jumps that you need for basketball. Do you know? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I just told you, right? I told you one of the answers. Left hop, right? So left hop, left, right, left, off of one leg left, off of one leg right. So those are the 6 jumps that you need. There's really 3 types, and they're all different techniques. Bet you didn't know that. So if you didn't know that, subscribe to the channel, dude. Missing out. Whoever the other coaches you're following ain't giving you the right stuff. You're just wasting a bunch of time. Oh, that's deep, Covington. With a hand in the face. Reggie Jackson. All right, just think in this video, right? Like, how much dribbling have we seen? We've seen 1 nice play out of 2 nice plays from CJ. And 1 really nice play out of Paul George, 2 nice plays out of Paul George, and the rest are all catch and shoot, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles or less. I call it the 2.5 drill, 2 dribbles or less, 0.5 seconds or less to make a decision. Oh, what a dime. What a dime. We worked on these hook passes the other day. Okay, off the dribble, one-hand hook pass. Cantor has no idea where the ball is right now. He's just worried about Paul George. Oh, that's so pretty. That's called passing your guy open. Very, very few players do this in the league. Very, very few quarterbacks do it in the NFL. They have to see the player open before they pass it. Rondo, Jokic, LeBron, Luka, several guys in the league pass their guys open. Chris Paul, right? You pass to the open space. Some receivers don't even know they're open until the ball just lands in their lap. When I used to play a lot, I would hate it when guys didn't realize they were open. I would hit them in the face, hit them in the hands, hit them in the chest, and they get mad at me, telling me it's a bad pass. But I would just throw it harder and hit them in the chest again. So they realize that they're actually open, and I jam up their fingers and they get mad at me and I say, well, you suck. Don't play with me. Savage. I miss playing. Oh, Rondo number 4. I don't even recognize him. Pretty stagnant here. CJ's just going to work. I mean, they're just getting switches and CJ's going to work. For a while, I thought I'd give Blazers kind of a far dark horse chance of winning the championship, just like really, really long shot, because they got 3 guys that can basically go one-on-one, Melo, Dame, and CJ. But that's very hard to win in the playoffs like that. Here we go. 2.5 drill. Paul George attacks baseline, right? You get the defense moving, swing it right away. You don't got anything, swing it. Close out to you, swing it right away. Come over to you. You're a better shooter. Didn't even look at the rim, swings it anyways. And is Rondo a real threat to shoot this 3? Right. So not really, but the hard closeout, because they're so far away, because they just rotated a bunch of times. Okay. If you're not a good shooter ready to catch and shoot, you can always run through the pass or immediately drive. So instead of waiting for this ball to come to you, run through it, right? That'll speed yourself up, and this will make you appear a lot faster. You'll close that gap a lot faster. And so instead of Carmelo thinking that he has to close out to like right here, okay, Rondo takes up that space so quickly. Now they're both pumping the brakes. And Rondo changes directions real quickly and gets into the lane super easily. That's Rondo's intelligence. Run through the pass, run through the pass. Lots of one-on-one stuff, tough shot. I'll put him in the one-on-one tournament for sure. Norman Powell. I always talk about working on spirals and arcs, quit working off of straight lines. So a lot of the times layup lines look like this, right? So you train kids, or a lot of coaches are training kids to run straight like this. It doesn't happen in a game. When do you ever see a straight line drive like this? Very, very rare. Okay, a lot of times most of the times it's going to be some type of arc. It's going to be some type of arc. So you're curling around, coming to the other side, coming from the bottom corner here, or coming from the bottom corner to shoot there, coming from the bottom corner, Zion, and then you spin back, and then you get to here. So work on that stuff. That's the stuff you need to be working on. So Norman Powell, right, comes around, dribble handoff, takes a screen, comes around, right, got to get around Boogie. If you're not working on that, you just wasting energy. Look at Rondo got kicked in the hip. He got kneed in the hip. Oh, my hip. My hip. Have you guys seen DJ Michi Meech on Instagram? The fool's pretty funny. I hope he makes something about this. Oh, ref. Oh, ref. I laugh every time I watch that guy's stuff. Oh, Melo. Great feet. All right. I made a video about elite players can disconnect the ball from their feet. So you got to be able to dribble in rhythm with the ball and off rhythm with the ball. So pound the ball, behind the back wrap. Okay. A bunch of little steps in there. Hop to regain his footwork. Super nice. Carmelo has gotten much more efficient, and his jumper has improved quite a bit. That's just big boy stuff. I mean, great defense. He's already there on the spin back. Bully ball. Boogie doesn't care. Just run through him anyways. That's the mentality of Boogie. I like it. You ain't gonna stop me. I'm stronger. I'm bigger. Get the hell out of my way. You guys wrap me up. Who cares? I'm stronger. Get off me. Give me this freaking ball. Very, very few guys in the league are like Boogie when it comes down low like that. Most guys will get to here, find a way out, maybe pass it, give it up, shoot it in his face. Oh, thought Carmelo was going to shoot that. How do I feel about Boogie on the Clippers, man? He might help him in the playoffs when it slows down a little bit. Beautiful. Smart by Batum, right? Very old school. He's just taking his time posting up, right? Got the little guy on him, right? Rondo realizes that this guy's trying to fight over, and now he fights over, swings it real quick to Batum. This is a very modified high-low. So now that he's on the top side, get rid of it, and then you get the quick lob, right? Good recognition by Batum, good recognition by Boogie. He's suspect on defense for sure. I mean, so if he's hitting his threes, he's gonna do well. Like I just look at the way Boogie runs right here. Okay. Okay, so running is not a big deal, but look at him stopping. Right? Defense is more about stopping and changing directions because you don't know when. It's more reactionary. It takes him forever to stop and turn here. Like, look at this. Ooh. And then this is like lumbering. And then stopping here. He doesn't even know how to stop. Oh, compare that to remember Norman Powell stopping and starting on Paul George on the shot prior. One, two, put it through, catch and shoot. CJ McCollum. Same foot stop again. Paul George. Saw that earlier. So that's a nice move you guys could be working on. Right? Cross, switch your feet. One dribble attack. Nice low angles that I talk about. The gun, right? So here. All right, leaned over, arched, right? Boom. Same foot stop, right? That takes quite a bit of strength to stop like that. Okay. And all you morons, and I mean morons in the nicest way, if you guys are doing a same foot stop, smashing your heel first, I mean, I pray for your ACL. You're going to destroy it. You got to internally rotate your foot, and you should be stopping with the balls of your feet first. 95% of you will be stomping on your heels. And I say bye-bye to your back and your knees. You got a lot of trainers teaching it that way, but they have no idea what they're doing to your knees and your back, because by the time they're done training you, you won't even notice, but it will add up because you're doing that same move thousands of times. Paul George, 109, 112. Clippers look like they're about to lose. Oh my God, that is big time. That is big time. How did he keep that? That is big time. So he goes for the tuck pickup. Close game. I love Paul George for these reasons, man. He's tough. He's a gamer. Tuck pickup. This dude falls on the floor trying to grab him, wrap him up and everything. They don't call a foul. He maintains everything. Composure, balance, finishes with the left hand. Oh my God. Oh, that's when you need a better shooter. Uh-oh. All right, what are they doing? Clippers in a clutch. Paul George 101 to get the hell out the way, or they're gonna force it out of his hands. Who's on the floor? Marcus Morris. I don't know who's in this corner over here. Oh, if I'm Paul George, I mean, I'm going here. I'm hitting. I'm jumping out that way right before Carmelo can come to help. Will Paul George go to the jumper, or will he turn this corner and then tuck pickup or high pickup over Carmelo? They'll all come, and then whoever, maybe this is Luke Kennard in the corner, will be open. Let's see what he chooses. I would choose that one, and screw you guys. I'm taking a shot. I'm taking this game winner. So It wasn't Luke Kennard, but it was a shooter. Right. I mean, they were ready for it. Oh, they called a foul. I thought it was just okay. I mean, they got bailed out there. Who did they call a foul on? On CJ for grabbing him? That is the one advantage when you go aggressively to the rim. You can force the refs to get a call on you. Catch it. I mean, here, so you got him running at you, right? So now here, boom, you better settle, fade this way, but two might come. Or you got enough time here. So one dribble behind the back, right? And you can even step back here, one dribble behind the back, speed stop and shoot it. I mean, is he going to hit a game winner in Paul George's face? Oh, so that's the exact shot I would have taken. That's how you get the open shot. I mean, you could have made it. All right, so one dribble, two dribble, I would have said behind the back, but he stopped. Okay, got the pump fake, got him up in the air. All right, step through. Not a terrible look. I mean, just missed it. Very, very makeable shot for CJ or Dame. Not mad at it. Clippers sneak away. All right. Not a bad little game there towards the end. Kind of exciting. 28. Paul George, 33. 11 rebounds. That's good for rebounding. No idea who these other guys are. All right, guys. What do we learn? The best ability is availability, man. Where's Dame? Where is Kawhi Leonard? Everybody in the league is bouncing in and out, resting or injured or faking injuries or coronavirus. I don't know. But if you're not able to play, if you're not physically able to play, mentally able to play, a coach can't use you, a team can't use you, so you're not helping the team. So make yourself available, make sure you're taking care of your body, drinking lots of water, and recovering properly. Get your sleep. All right, guys, until next time, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. Peace out.